everyone, welcome to another episode of Johnny Consciousness. I'm John Moore, your host. My last episode I left off with I was promised to do an encounter that occurred to me on August of 2022, August 26th to be specific. I did even record an episode on that. I even put it up on YouTube, but I took it off very quickly because it was disjointed and I got so emotional about the whole thing. I decided to pull it down, and what I did is I typed up a description of what happened from my journal and also from memory. As I read this, I will put up towards the end of the story a Gemini AI generated image of what I saw towards the end of my encounter with what I believe now to be my angels and guides, my spiritual family. So here is, actually before I go into the account, I went ahead and took the liberty of doing a 3-card reading. That's usually a past, present, and future reading specifically for spiritually speaking, a spiritual reading for our little community here on YouTube as a whole. So here is what the tarot revealed for this spiritual reading. The first card was a 9 of Pentacles reversed. Looks just like that. And the 9 of Pentacles reversed tells us we need to show self-discipline. We may be clinging to a belief that doesn't work for us, as we left the confidence or motivation to take our independent spiritual path. When it comes to spirituality, you really do get out what you put into it. So put something meaningful in. There are no shortcuts. Now the second card I got is the present, and that is the 8 of Pentacles reversed. 8 of Pentacles reversed. In a spiritual context, this card indicates that you are ignoring your inner wisdom or suppressing your spiritual side. It can signify that you become overly materialistic, even mean to other people. And this card reminds you to focus on your spiritual side to bring yourself back into balance. Now, number 3, another reversal. I got 8 of Cups reversed, so that is the future of our spirituality. In a spiritual reading, the 8 of Cups reversed, that you may be lacking self-awareness, or your spiritual growth may be stunted at the moment. You may need to do some soul searching to connect with your spiritual self and your spiritual guides and your birth angels and discover your true life path. If at this time you find yourself drifting through life without any direction, the connection to Spirit, God, might help you see your path more clearly and give you strength to leave behind that which no longer serves you. And this card also kind of echoes what Jesus of Nazareth used to say: do not be afraid. Spirit is always there, lovingly guiding us to fulfill our destiny. All we have to do is listen. And that's it for the tarot for this episode. Now on to the encounter with the lights on August 26, 2024. And the following reading is a blend of my memories of that night as well as my journal entries. At approximately 20:40 hours, I took the dogs out to the backyard. It had just gotten dark, and across the green strip that separates my row of homes from our neighbor rows of homes, in my neighbor's backyard, directly behind mine, are two trees, and the tops of those trees reveal a small part of the sky. As I was walking towards these trees, there suddenly appeared a very bright pair of lights, parallel to one another, blinking off and on in sync. I assumed it was a distant plane from Travis Air Force Base with their landing lights on. I assumed that because the lights were basically parallel to one another, coupled with the fact that I didn't hear anything at all like engine noise. I assumed too that it was a distant plane. Now, as I said earlier, I'm a 12-year U.S. Air Force veteran, so I've been exposed to a variety of aircraft. I was just wondering why the lights were blinking. All the Travis aircraft I've observed either have steady bright white lights or blinking red and green navigation lights, not winking white lights. Even as the thought formed in my mind, the left light vanished, leaving only the right light, which continued to blink. And then suddenly the left one came back on and began to blink again. And then the right one began to wink out of sync with its companion. In other words, when I first saw the lights, they were both in sync, blinking on and off. Now they were on again, but winking on and off alternatively like that. After that, the right light faded to nothing. A second later, the left one followed suit. Now it was just black sky. Before I could walk away or look away, there appeared a waterfall made up of shards of light that flowed from the spots where the lights had been. It literally looked like a waterfall made of light shards. They disappeared before they touched the ground, and before long the light fall, so to speak, vanished also. Now the image you're seeing as I described this part is an AI generated image because I couldn't come close to illustrating something like this. And it was a Gemini AI image, which is close but still doesn't quite catch the emotional impact of seeing such a thing literally a few feet away from you. And it was then that I realized that I just experienced it was then that I realized that what I had just experienced with those very lights were intimately connected to what happened at exactly 1540 hours earlier that day, 4 hours earlier, to the minute, perhaps even the second. For I had prayed something like this aloud in my car: God, universe, whatever you are called, I feel I'm being led to train myself to enhance my inherent psychic abilities. I ask for a confirmation that I'm on the right path in this journey in my life right now. Amen. Unquote. I believe that these lights were my absolute confirmation to do that prayer, uttered hours earlier in that day. And that's all on August 26, 2024. And next, as we close, for your consideration, is a slow-down motion clip from an encounter I had over my backyard in July of this year. Enjoy, and don't forget, if you have any questions, email me. And if If you have any comments, please feel free to put the comments in the comment section, and also please subscribe, like, and share if you find this content useful. I taped this today on December 1st, 2024, and a happy holidays to everyone.